beautiful telethon families. I hope that you have been having a great week and that you got some time to really work on some of those connection ideas that we talked about on our last video. I wanted to talk today a little bit more about that because it always occurs to me that when we talk about connection, that for some of us as parents, we feel a bit of pressure to really find lots of time to be with our children and to fit that into our busy days. And what I wanted to talk about today was that we know at this age with our kids that the quantity is not as important as the quality of our connections. So sometimes we put a lot of emphasis in making a wonderful experience for our kids, or setting up some amazing play activity that goes on for like a couple of hours and we're having really good quality connection time. And those things are great, and if you've got time and you want to do those things, that's fantastic. But we are busy. We do have lots going on. We usually have more than one child. We may be working, our partner may be away, we may be a single parent. Even in this COVID environment, when we're quite isolated, we may feel like we're quite alone and really extra busy rather than less busy. So I really wanted to emphasize that focusing on the quality of our connection is what's really important, and not the amount of time. I read once about a good time in terms of how do we approach this, and it was a phrase that always caught my eye, and I've remembered it ever since, and it was make time for 9. And I can't remember where I read it, and I can't remember where I got it from, but it talked about this idea of making time for 9 minutes in each day that were really great quality connections, where you were really present with your child, really in the moment, really looking at them, really hearing them, really being with them. And I thought that was a really nice low pressure phrase for us to remember as parents, making time for 9. It talked about bedtime when you wake up and before you go to bed as being really great times to fit in that time for 9. And that was something that I just thought I wanted to mention to you all, because it takes a bit of pressure off in terms of where do we put in these connection times. But rather than just looking at a minute value, it's really just about those mini moments that can mean so much. I think, again, we don't have to create big experiences and these big memories of wonderful, exciting, adventurous times. Really, connection is about those mini moments where we might, just smile at our child while they're busy doing something, or we might show them something we're doing real quick, or we might just, tussle their hair or tickle their back just for a moment, or make a comment to them on something they're doing. And those little mini connections in our busy day mean so much to your child. And that's something that we just really want you to focus on, rather than really feeling pressure to make these really big, wonderful connection moments that that are worthy of writing down and celebrating. It's not really those big moments, it's those small things. And interestingly, when you look at the research around connection with our children and quality versus quantity, what we know is that quality is so important, and one of the factors that really contribute to that quality is how we are feeling as parents. So when we are actually feeling more stressed, or feeling more under pressure, or feeling more busy, our stress comes into that connection time, and it actually reduces the quality of that connection. So actually looking after ourselves is way more important than the amount of time we're spending on connection with our child. So next week we are going to be talking about how we as parents look after ourselves to make sure that we are as emotionally and stress-free available to our kids as possible. So we'll talk to you about that next week.